Welcome to TuneBuzz on Open Studio, a show all about exploring the sound of music, music talent, and busking all around Cape Town. Today we're going to look at female buskers, all in Cape Town and making things work for themselves. We have Maxine Fritz-Patrick in studio. Welcome, Maxine. It's nice to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
I want to ask you, as a female busker, growing up, how did music influence you?
Well, music's always been a very important part of my life. It was something that was encouraged a lot in my childhood. My biggest influence towards music was my dad. He was always very big on pushing me towards pursuing it because I used to sing in school.
Wow, that's good.
And I was always encouraged to pursue it later, but I was very shy, so it took me a while.
I think when you're creative from a young age, and then you found that in school, and then eventually they'll let you know if you can take part. Like I also started auditioning and going for choir lessons.
Yes.
So wow, that's good. And what made you decide to learn to play the guitar as a female artist?
Well, when I was a child, I always wanted to play an instrument. My first choice was piano, but then I decided that I was going to go for the guitar because it was a more versatile instrument. I could take it anywhere, I could do anything with it.
Mobile.
And it was mobile, portable, it was great.
Wow.
Yeah, so I started taking lessons when I was 13 and I've been doing it ever since.
So you've been busking in Cape Town, mainly in the waterfront.
Yes.
So what has led to that, you starting to bus as a female busker?
Well, busking happened by chance almost. So I busk in the waterfront only at the moment. I started in the middle of my matric year.
Wow.
After I saw an advertisement for the auditions that you take for the V&A Waterfront Busking program.
Okay.
And so I had never done a proper performance outside of school. It was my first ever shot at an audition ever.
You have to be very motivated and
Yes.
not afraid to go out there.
Yeah, so I tried it. I didn't expect to get anything from it. It was just experience for fun, but somehow, luckily, I got accepted into the program and it's been uphill from there.
Wow. So what kind of style do you do with busking if you play out there in the waterfront?
Well, I sing a mix of everything, but I transition it more into folk and pop, sort of. It's very indie. I'm not really sure how to describe it, honestly, but I sing everything and anything.
Wow, that's good. So as a female busker, what challenges have you ever encountered while being out there?
Well, as a female busker, I'd say a lot of my concern is safety when I'm alone. So
yeah, safety is very important.
Safety is very important. So it's just, I haven't had many encounters where I would feel like I needed more protection, although it is something I am worried about.
Yeah.
Just in terms of, large crowds and
well,
other
so
things.
how do you deal with that? I mean, I always look at females they're very protective, and then sometimes some of them they don't want to stand out there and do
Yes.
something like that. So what gives you the courage, the boldness to do that?
Well, a lot of it comes from my parents, who have always supported me and they're there if I ever need them. And they have allowed me to have this platform while also not having to worry about getting there or having somebody to fall back onto when I need something. And I feel like that's a very big part of the success in busking that I'm seeing now. Yeah.
Wow, the support. So you have the support, everything going. So have you ever thought your vision for your music, what you want to achieve in the long term?
Well, my first goal would be to write my own music. It's something that I'm working on at the moment. And I'm making some progress, but it's not in its final phases yet. So I'd love to release my own song.
Okay.
And I'd love to start doing more gigs as
That's always a good thing
yeah,
for you to grow as an artist.
as a permanent job, and yeah, just forwarding my career. I'm very new.
Yeah, it's
So-
also good to always like grow your audience and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So when you play as a female artist, how do you feel and what do you get? The reception of people looking at you, crowd when they
Well,
see you.
It's something that I honestly can't describe. It's a sense of community. It's a sense that I'm bringing people some sort of joy in their day.
Always, yeah, that's always
Yeah.
good to be positive and make people happy.
And I'd love to just make someone's day and they just listen to my music and they feel good.
Yeah.
And so being able to give that to some people, it just makes me really happy.
Okay, that's good. So I always look at female and I always say like they're good at multitasking. So, learning to play the guitar and singing at the same time. So how do you become more creative in creating new stuff? Like, keep the creativity going.
Well, I'd honestly say it's a mix of having that drive in yourself to create something new and do something that's never been done before, but also suggestion and from the crowd and the reception you get inspires you to create. So you'd want to have something inspirational.
Yes.
You want to create something inspirational.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. That's good. Being creative, coming up with stuff and then obviously getting inspired. So do you have any like role models like that you look up to, in the music industry?
In the music
Someone that
industry,
really inspires you to, pursue your music.
well,
There's Taylor Swift,
yeah,
Selena Gomez, all those other big artists out there.
I'm very inspired by the sort of iconic musicians. So one of my major inspirations is Stevie Nicks. And
Stevie Nicks.
yes,
Okay.
from Fleetwood Mac,
Okay.
one of my favorite bands. I feel like she's just so unique and so inspiring, and she just creates from the soul.
So, that's deep, eh?
And it's
Deep
just
from the soul.
something else. Yeah, from the soul. She's just got a different quality to her music that I'd love to project into my own. It's
Okay.
just
Wow,
something
that's
amazing.
Okay, well that's it. We're just going to go on a short break and then we will be back with Maxine Fritz-Patrick in studio. Thank you very much. Welcome back on TuneBuzz and on Open Studio. We have Maxine Fritz-Patrick in studio and it's nice to have you here. So you are a female busker, which is really good. So you said you're trying to create original music. Have you ever thought about like recording like any of your sounds?
I've thought about it, but I just haven't gotten there as of yet. It's gonna be in the works very soon.
That's good. Okay. So you've been playing music. Is there anything that you have prepared for us to just like show us what kind of music you play out there in the waterfront?
Yes, so I've decided to sing a song that's a very popular choice during my busking at the waterfront.
Okay.
It's Still the One by Shania Twain,
Wow.
who is also a very powerful female artist that I look up to.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Okay, that's good. Wow, that's amazing, Maxine. Sounds nice. I wanted to ask you, like, um, how do you learn new music? Like,
Well,
as a busker, you come up with, a repertoire, so
a
like a
lot of
list of sounds.
a lot of the time I base it off of songs that I've been enjoying, but also it's songs that I've been requested to play, or somebody has told me that my sound suits a certain genre or vibe or artist. So most of my repertoire nowadays consists of songs I've been requested to sing at different times, which I feel works well as I build a repertoire of songs that suit my voice or suit what the public likes. And they're generally songs that I enjoy as well, which works out
Wow,
well.
that's good. Have you ever, like, thought about collaborating with any other artist, any buskers, female buskers? Um,
Well, yes. I haven't done any collaborations as of yet, but I would love to collaborate with some of my fellow female buskers. And I feel like we could work very well together because my voice is quite versatile. So
yes.
I can collaborate with many different artists.
Well, that's good. So, what do you think, like, the influence of your music? What influence will it have in a society?
Well, I hope that my music will be inspiring to others and that it can just bring joy when people listen to me. And as long as I said earlier, as long as I can make someone's day,
Yeah.
that's all that matters to me.
Wow, that's amazing. So, as a female, we had probably like a very rough year, the COVID pandemic. So, how did that influence you, playing your music out there in the waterfront?
Well, with this pandemic, we weren't able to work for many months as with the rest of the country. I find that coming back to it after the lockdown level was lifted slightly, we came back stronger than ever because it was a time where we had time to ourselves and we could just sit and we could create. We can
Yes.
better our work, introduce new instruments, new avenues, and that sort of thing. I know for myself, I came back with a stronger passion for it because it was just going without it made me realize how much I missed it and how much I enjoyed it.
Yes.
And so coming back, I was just more passionate than ever, and I was really excited to do it every day.
Okay. So when it started, um, how did you feel?
I was nervous. I was.
Generally, like, what the music? How did you feel? Like, we can't play. Do I still continue?
Yeah, it was. In terms of music, it was almost like I was gonna play what I enjoyed because it wasn't something that I was doing mostly for a career at that point. It was for my own enjoyment. And I find that for myself, doing it out of my own enjoyment was actually better for me than going into it
Okay.
as a pure career. It just turns into something I can do professionally, which I really love and really enjoy.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. We're just gonna take a short break. We have Maxine Fritz-Patrick in studio, and we'll be back right after the break. Thanks. Welcome back to TuneBuzz on Open Studio. We're back with Maxine Fritz-Patrick in studio. She's been playing in the waterfront, and we're just finding out more how it is like as a female busker. So Maxine, I wanted to ask you, like, for those female artists out there, like those who want to learn, what do you think would be the best advice that you can give them?
I'd say my advice would be if you have a passion for it and music is something you love to do, I'd say just follow your heart, go with it. and you'll be led wherever you need to go. And sometimes it's one of those things where people are going to say that it's a tough industry and it's something that you might not be cut out to do. But I'd say as long as your heart is in it, persevere and you'll go far.
Okay. And like, in terms of like support, is there any support that you think, they'll be needing, like when they start out, groups, stuff like they can actually learn from?
I'd say in terms of support, having your close family and friends is your first support base, and it's very important. And if not your family, your friends, your acquaintances, people at school, people at work, if you can find somebody that will support you along the way, that's the most important thing you could have, as well as a good group of teachers and mentors, and finding a community of people that you can learn from is very important.
Okay. When you start out as a busker, like, especially for female busker, you do it for your passion, because you like it, you like doing music. In terms of financial ability, have you ever thought like, sponsors that could help you, when you have like shows, and then, just contribute in terms of also marketing your stuff, like?
Yes. In terms of sponsors and things, I haven't approached that myself. However, I do think that maybe companies and theatres that are willing to support your work, and maybe people around you that support your music, they can help you financially in marketing and finding venues and things. I'm unfortunately not very well versed in that area of things since I'm very new, and I mostly have parental support.
Parental support.
Yes.
Okay, that's really good. Another thing that I want to ask you, the V&A waterfront, I've always like looked at that place. How do you think that place has influenced you to play your music more? Does it really help you financially when you play there every weekend?
Well, the waterfront has helped me both in community and finances. So the waterfront busker community is a very tight-knit group, and the waterfront itself has provided us with so many opportunities and such a great platform for our music, and they're willing to help you at any point along the way. It's created such a good environment for me and a great environment for learning that it's pushed me to want to pursue music further. And it's just been such a good experience overall that it really drives your passion. And it's just a really healthy environment overall.
Wow, that's amazing. So you doing music. Have you ever thought, like, one of the things that you want to do for the society out there as you grow with your music? What do you want to do for the society?
Well, I'd love to reach people through my music, and when writing, I would like to create a positive message. But I would also like to teach at some point, so I'd love to teach music, as in vocals, guitar, all those things, and maybe just help the community through tutoring and that sort of thing.
Is there any other projects that you're working on? And if people want to reach you, like?
I don't have new project at the moment, although I'm consistently updating my social media with my progress on songs and covers and stuff like that. So you can reach me on Instagram and Facebook. So my Instagram is @WitchyFritz, which is quite a strange...
Say that again?
WitchyFritz.
Witchy Fritz.
Fritz.
Okay.
It's quite a strange username. My name was taken, unfortunately. And Maxine Fritz-Patrick on Facebook.
Maxine Fritz. Do you have any YouTube channels, like, that you...
Yes, my
Instagrams?
YouTube channel is Maxine Fritz-Patrick, and so my Instagram's just Witchy Fritz. All my videos are there, and it's in different tabs on my page.
Tabs.
Yeah.
So do you like always upload new stuff? Like, how frequently do you do that?
I'd say I upload new covers about 3 times a month because I like to get the production quality as well. I also do updates from the waterfront where people send videos they've taken of me while busking. So they are videos of me actually busking at the waterfront, which is more consistent.
Yeah. Is there anything like new project that's coming up in the waterfront that you're going to take part in?
Unfortunately, because of lockdown, many events have been cancelled. So there's nothing coming up at the moment.
Okay. So can I ask you, what is the one thing that you're looking forward after the lockdown with music?
I am looking forward to the opportunity of possibly doing more gigs.
Wow.
Yeah, things like events, weddings, all those
Oh, you
things.
do weddings also?
I do.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, weddings is like, it's nice, it's good. I mean, like, so if you do weddings, like, how does it go?
Well, it's very stressful. Just because it's, you know...
You have to be there, like, you know, playing music for like a wedding couple.
It's so important. It's the one of the most important days of your life. And you have to
Your
be
life
perfect.
shouldn't be like the couple, you have to prepare music for them.
Yes, I have to play. So it's the couple's most important day. And you have to be perfect. So it's a little stressful, but I enjoy it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. Thank you very much, Maxine. It's been really nice to have you here in studio.
Thank you so
We're just with Maxine in studio on TuneBuzz. I'm really glad that we had it today. And just thank you for the viewers out there for watching our show. Catch us next time on TuneBuzz. Thank you very much.